Oh,
Really?
okay. I think they want us to leave. Let's go. Let's go. Get in the car.
Courtney Bonneau, welcome to Prevail.
Thank you.
Um, so I'm really excited for you to join us this morning. You're, of course, in Lebanon right now in a war zone, uh, which is just insane to me. And you've been doing a lot of great work reporting on the situation on the ground. Um, so I want to talk about all of that. But before we get there, I just want to ask a couple preliminary questions. So,
Sure.
uh, for me, in my mind, Lebanon has always been kind of this place that's very beautiful, very cool, but also a place you're never allowed to go to. Like as an American, you're just not supposed to go there. I know you've traveled extensively around the Middle East as a photographer, but talk about what brought you to Lebanon and how you became active documenting the war.
I was here anyway doing stuff, and by the way, like as an American, you can come here. There's I'm trying to understand where that perception would come from because I never had it. There are a lot of Americans here. Um, but yeah, I was kind of already
Interesting. Okay.
yeah, like I had a partner here before, and I was already here working on some academic publications, and then the war broke out. So that's how I ended up covering the war because it started while I was here.
What brought you there in the first place then? Was it because you've traveled a bunch around the Middle East? What brought you to that part? Because you're not from there, right? Are you from the
No,
United
no, no.
States? Where are
I'm
you
Dutch.
from?
I'm Dutch and American. Like I
Okay.
live in the
Okay.
Netherlands. Um,
Okay.
yeah, I had a partner here, and I was doing some work for an academic publication, and yeah, I was here already,
Okay.
like hanging out.
Okay. Gotcha. Um, so I suspect that although, as you say, there's a lot of Americans there, I suspect most people who are listening to this or watching this have never been there and don't know that much about it. So, uh, talk about just what it's like, sort of cosmetically. Like, how is, for example, Beirut different from Damascus or Mosul or other cities on the Mediterranean, for that matter? Like, what makes Lebanon Lebanon?
Um, I mean, Beirut is a very cosmopolitan city. There are people there from all around the world. There are people there from different faiths, different lifestyles. It's yeah, it's a cosmopolitan city, and that's how it stands out from the other cities. I haven't really visited Damascus. I was there like once, for a day,
Okay.
like years ago. Um, but I mean, I think the Mosul is very different from Beirut. Beirut is full of restaurants and clubs, and it's very lively in normal times.
Yeah.
Not now.
Right. 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 So that's what that was always the reputation of Beirut is it was not only beautiful but fun and cool, kind of the playground of the
Like a
Middle
party
East.
city for some people.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
exactly. But you're not near there now. You're in southern Lebanon where the war is happening.
Correct. Yes. I
Okay.
am. I live in the like the red zone, the Israeli imposed red zone. Um, Technically, this whole area should have. It was they send like periodic forced displacement orders for this area, but of course, like as a journalist, you know, I stay.
Yeah. Yeah, you've got to be where the action is. Um so before the start of the war, before the invasion, there always seemed to be, and again, I'm coming at this from a U.S. uh, who has never been to the Middle East at all point of view. There seems always to be tension between the two countries, between Israel and Lebanon. If you read the press, it just seems like there's like a constant barrage of Hezbollah fires missiles, and then Israel fires missiles back, and then there's counterattacks, and this goes on, and has gone on forever. Is that true? Like, how was it
Um,
like before the war there in terms of the relationship between Lebanon and Israel in your experience?
well, the Israelis in occupied Palestine have been invading Lebanon since 1948, and this is something that people can easily look up. It's very well documented. Um, so they have been invading, yeah, for decades and decades. Um, I have many friends here in South Lebanon who have like anecdotes from their childhood of them like, you know, going down to the border fence when it was just like a wire fence and, you know, being harassed by Israeli soldiers. Some of them, you know, would chat with them every day when they were kids. Um,
Hmm.
so I would say, like, if somebody really wants to take the time and read history, they'll understand that Israel has been invading this land, you know, since 1948, and you know, Hezbollah was formed for a reason. They weren't formed until 1982, and I know multiple people here, some older guys who fought against Israeli invasion, you know, in the 70s.
Yeah. Well, talk about that. I want to like, why do they keep invading? What's the book on that? Why do you think that that is? What do people say? What do people tell you?
Well, I don't think I don't really need anyone to tell me anything. It's quite clear if you study history, if you read history, and you look at what's going on now as well in Gaza. It's a land grab. It's a resources grab. Israel is a colonial expansionist project, and they aspire to expand into this land. And I mean, if you look behind me, look at these flowers and these trees.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
South Lebanon is like, you know, environmentally, it's very lush and very green, lots of rich farmlands, rivers, streams, mountains. It's, you know, it's everything. So it's it's for expansion. Like, you know, they tell you in the news that they need this, you know, buffer zone, security zone, but that's not true. Um, Prior to this war, it wasn't Hezbollah firing rockets into occupied Palestine. That's just not happening. I'm not sure where people would even get that from, um, if they just did like a tiny bit of research. But that was not the situation at all. I think what I understand from living down here for so long, for a couple of years, and really, you know, spending every day in the border communities, people just want to be left alone. Hi, I'm reporting from Fred Kayla where I'm being chased by a drone.